Let's see how to build an AI chatbot for your business for less than $100 a month and can run on multiple channels like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, SMS, even on the website as well. So here, to build an AI chatbot for your business, you need to have all the information about your business. So what happens is that when a particular customer asks any sort of questions about your business, the AI will simply use the information you provide over there and simply answer to the customer based on the information you have written there. For example, here we have some information about a coaching company which is called as Elevate Business Coaching, and here if you scroll down you have all the information about this particular company, the mission statement, leadership details, the services they provide, and also some pricing details as well, along with the frequently asked question as well. So what happens is that when a customer asks any sort of question, it will simply use this particular available information over here and respond to them. So here, let's say imagine we want to use the OpenAI models over here, and here we can actually use this particular model GPT 4.1 Nano. So it is the fastest and the most cost effective models for low latency tasks, because here in this case we want to provide all the information about your business to the AI, so it doesn't need to do any sort of complex tasks over there. It has to simply use the available information available there and simply respond to the users over here. As you can see here, the cost for the AI models is charged based on the number of tokens. For example, for the input for 1 million tokens, it is just $0.1. So if you're wondering what are tokens, so you can think of tokens are pieces of words. So before the API process the request, the input is actually broken down into tokens. So these tokens are usually not cut up exactly where the words start or end. This token can include trailing spaces and even subwords as well. For example, you can think of one token as 4 characters, or we can also think of this as 100 tokens equal to 75 words. So here, this will be the input over here along with the particular customer's message as well, because this is the information we are actually going to provide for the AI. So let me copy all this information, and here OpenAI has this particular token as a tool, but this is actually for other models. But just for the estimate, we can actually use this one as well. For example, even though it has around 9,700 characters over here, but the number of tokens for the input, as you can see here, it's only about 1,700. So here you can see how this particular text I provided can be divided in different tokens over here, and when an output is generated, it will consume this sort of tokens for 1 million tokens. So here we have added the prompt saying you are a helpful assistant. The output will be in just 1 to 2 sentences. So that's how we actually added the prompt as well. So here if you check, 1 to 2 sentences cost about just 30 tokens. So here the output cost will be calculated based on number of tokens. So for example, you can think of that as 30 tokens, and here the cost will be there. Here another important thing is cached input. So if the input prompt doesn't change much, so here in this case, here we are not changing the prompt or provided business information, so it will be just static and fixed for a specific business. So in that case, instead of spending this sort of 0.1, it gonna actually spend this sort of talks only. So that's also another advantage. They provide this particular cached input as well. So now let's do a rough estimate of how much it's gonna cost you when you process 10,000 messages on a monthly basis when you use this particular model right here. So let me copy this information over here, and here I'm in Germany, and let me say I want to see how much does it cost when I use this particular model to process about 10,000 messages on a monthly basis, and my input token is, so here when I use this particular information right here, so it has around 7 pages over here, and here we received around 1,700 tokens. My input token is 2,000, so it's just over that particular thing over here. And let's say the output token is, I'm saying output token is 40 as well, because just 1 to 2 sentences it will be just 30 seconds, but I'm actually adding 10 tokens extra as well, just to see how much does it cost. And here we have to provide all the information about this particular Gemini model over here. Alright, so let me send this and see how much does it cost to process around 10,000 messages. So here messages per month is 10,000, input tokens per message 2,000. So total input tokens on a monthly basis will be 20 million tokens, and the output, it is actually 10,000. Again, if they send 10,000 messages, we want to generate 10,000 responses for the users as well. So here output token calculation is here, it is around 400,000. Now the cost, so the cost for the input is just $2 when you actually process 10,000 messages. So we need to actually calculate the cost for the output as well. So that's what we actually send to the user. So here the cost for the output is just 0.16. So the total cost will be 2.16 without the cached input scenario. It is important to note that this particular cost actually calculated without considering this particular cached input option. So it doesn't use this particular thing right here. So if you want to calculate for the cached input, the cost will be even less as well, because the input won't change right here, because we are going to simply use this particular business information right here. So let's imagine if we process around 100,000 messages, how much it will be. So let's say if I process about 100,000 messages per month, how much will it be? So here we receive the response for the 100,000 messages, and it is actually around $21 only. So most small businesses will stay at this particular 10,000 messages per month, which is around 3,000 messages per day. So now let's see how to build an AI chatbot right here. So here I'm in a demo account with all these channels connected. So first of all, you need to connect the API keys over here. So go to settings, integrations. So here, let's say if you want to use OpenAI models, otherwise you can actually use other AI models right here as well. And here you need to grab the API keys from the OpenAI. So if you click on learn more, you will see a guide, and here you see the link to grab the API keys. So simply create the API keys in the OpenAI platform and simply connect that particular API key right here. And after that, you can actually build any sort of AI models using your business information and keep them running on all these supported channels right here. So here, let me use a free template to build this real quick. So go to all free templates. So let me use this particular template, AI chatbot lead generation plus customer support. So here, what you can do is, you can, to keep the original as it is, you can actually make a duplicate of this particular template right here. And here, let me say I want as Elevate Business Coaching AI bot. Continue. So here, if you open this particular flow right here, you will see step-by-step instructions on how to use this particular template. And here you also need to update the business information right here as well. So if you scroll down, you will see a place to update the company information. So what you can do is simply remove all this information right here and copy whatever the information you want to add right here. All right. So let me go back over here and paste it. All right. So now click continue over here and publish. So here, you also need to update this particular flow as the default flow as well. So here, Elevate Business Coaching AI bot. So let me go to the settings over here and choose this particular flow as the default flow. So now this particular chatbots will simply work on all these connected channels. So let's do a quick test on Instagram. Here in Instagram, let me send a message. Hey there, where are you located? So it should actually send us a message with the location of that specific business. So it says we are located at this particular address over here. So if you go to this particular business information over here, we should see that particular address right here. So here, this is the address right here. Simple as that. So likewise, it can simply respond to any questions you ask right here. So let me say, what coaching packages do you have, and can you please provide the pricing information as well? So here I ask about the coaching packages and also the pricing information as well. So let's see what sort of response we are receiving right here. So here we receive a response right here, including all the packages they offer and the pricing information as well. And also it says, if you're interested in how we can help your business grow, what is your current annual revenue? So here in the particular prompt right here, we have some information about this particular current revenue as well. For example, the qualification scenario, and here we also added the prompt saying if the customer shows interest in hiring the company or learning about how we can actually help them, it simply prompt them to with the particular qualification question right here, asking about the current annual revenue. So if the current annual revenue is over 1 million per month, then it will actually qualify them and send them this sort of Calendly link to book a call. Otherwise, if it will actually send them the disqualification message and also the free resource to scale to 1 million as well. So here, let me say my current revenue is less than 1 million. So let's say our current annual revenue is just 500,000. Okay, let me send this and see how this actually works. So this time it will simply disqualify the user and push them for the free resource as well. So it says, thank you for your interest, but we work with businesses generating over 1 million per annual revenue, and also it also provide them with a free resource to scale to 1 million as well. It is also possible to transfer the conversation to human agent and have them respond to as well. If you are wondering why we mentioned less than $100 a month, the cost for this particular chatting media platform is $49 a month, and it's fixed. So you can have unlimited messages, unlimited contacts, and also even add unlimited agents as well. And also the cost for the AI is just a fraction of that. For example, if you process 10,000 messages, it's just 2.16. If you process 100,000 messages, it's again just $21 over here. So even if you add like 49 plus $21, it's just around $70 a month. So that is way less than $100 a month. And that's a quick video on how you can easily build an AI agent for your business. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Thank you.